Sure. Thank you very much, Joseph, and thank you to Our Revolution for hosting this and inviting me. Certainly, you captured the theme of our campaign. The rent is too damn high. 50% of California renters are rent burdened. And as wealthy as California is, we are the poorest state by virtue of standard of living. A starting teacher in our big cities here will pay 50% of their income in rent. That is unsustainable. We have 180,000 people living on the streets. Housing is not a commodity. It's a necessity. Okay? While we know that solving the housing affordability crisis requires a variety of different approaches, it starts with the rent. We have to keep people in their homes by controlling rent. I personally grew up in a rent-controlled apartment in New York City. That allowed my lower middle-class family to have a decent life. If you work at a minimum wage job in Los Angeles, your full-time pay is equal to the average cost of an apartment. That is not sustainable. The billionaire corporate landlords are sucking this country dry. They are a cartel. And that's been represented recently by the Real Page scandal, where they're actually using algorithms to squeeze the last bit of money out of tenants. The California Apartment Association is such a cartel controlled by billionaires, and they'll go to any length to stop rent control from happening. That includes putting Prop 34 on the ballot. And the sole purpose of Prop 34 is to stop AIDS Healthcare Foundation from supporting rent control initiatives here and across the country. And we have to go to the ballot because we cannot depend on Sacramento. They are bought and paid for by big real estate, up to and including our governor. When we presented 732,000 letters to the governor asking him to support our initiative, he sent us, his office sent us to their spokesperson, Nathan Click, who's also the representative of the California Apartment Association. So he's actually outsourced his communication to them. The No on 33 campaign has already raised $107 million against us. The only way we can bridge that gap in funding is through the grassroots effort. So what we've done so far is we have done 50 million texts, and we have to do them one click at a time under California law. We've done hundreds of thousands of phone calls, millions of online impressions, and much, much more. So we appeal to everyone who's on this call. Our Revolution is doing a great job, but we need you to spread the word. We are so thrilled to have the support of American progressive royalty, from Bernie and Jane Sanders to Dolores Huerta to Ro Khanna to Maxine Waters, the DSA, California Nurses, Unite Here, Los Angeles and San Francisco counties, West Hollywood, Santa Monica, more than 70 grassroots organizations, and every major tenants organization, and many, many more. Housing is the number one issue in California, and this is the year to make it happen. It's a presidential year where there's bigger turnout. We need everybody who's listening to help us spread the message. The California dream is dying. More than 1 million people have already left, but we can save it. And the last thing I want to say is that for the last 6 years, I've been appealing to the progressive movement to put housing at the top of the agenda. We're strong supporters of Medicare for all. We understand the importance of the Green New Deal and many other issues. But the issue of most immediate concern to many people, particularly younger voters, is how they're going to pay their rent and how they can live. And so I'm happy to say that I think that we're accomplishing that, bringing it to the top of the progressive agenda. There are 34 states in the U.S. that have these laws banning local control over rents. They were put through, unfortunately, with the cooperation of a lot of corporate Democrats in the 90s. If we can overturn this in California, we will open the door to turning it over all across this country. And that can be the beginning of a movement that can fundamentally change the economics of this country.